Good morning, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We are into it this morning, getting close to Christmas, kind of feeling a little worn out, so it's great to be here and get our bodies moving this morning. We are going to start at the end of our mat today and get into a little warm-up. So just plant your feet down, open your toes, press your toes into the floor a couple of times, really root down through your feet. Start to feel that energy coming up your legs, into your glutes. Draw in through your abdominals just a little, and let's all get a little taller, reaching through the crown of the head. We're going to start with dropping the chin to the chest and allowing that chin to float up to the ceiling, finding some nice extension. We're going to stay there in that extension. Just looking up to the ceiling, feeling all the tension in the front of the neck starting to release. And then let's go back to the movement between those two positions, chin to chest and float. One more time, chin to chest and float the chin up. And come back into a nice neutral neck, nice and tall. Let's go ear to shoulder. Back through center, ear to shoulder on the other side. These are really small little movements. Keeping the head over the shoulders. And now let's come back to a neutral neck and look over your shoulders side to side like a shoulder check in the car. And starting to think about your breathing, lengthening out your breath. One more. Back to center. Bring your elbows in nice and tight beside your body, creating a little L shape with your arm. Draw the shoulders up to the ears like you're shrugging up. Pull the shoulder blades back, down, and around. We're just going to circle the shoulder blades. Make this nice and slow and controlled. You might get a little bit of noise through the tops of the shoulders. It's a really tight area. One more time back, up to the ears, back, down, and around. And let's go the other way. Pull back, bring them up to the ears, come around and draw the shoulder blades down. Just mobilizing our upper back here. One more time. And we're going right into some arm circles, big and wide. Start to connect with your abdominals more here. Try to keep everything still except for your arms. Let's go the other way for 4. Awesome. Let that go. Nod through the chin and start to roll down really, really slow. Take 5 full seconds to get there into your first forward fold. Keep your knees bent. Bringing your hands either to your shins or your feet or the floor, whatever works. And when we get into our forward fold, we're going to bend our knees quite deeply and then extend the legs long. Bend deeply and extend long. Start to lift those abdominals upwards, feeling that nice stretch through the back of the legs. Bend deeply and extend. And last one, stay deep in that bent knee, and let's ragdoll up. Again, really slow. Move from your center. Stay rounded as long as you can. And then stack your spine up. And we're nice and tall again. Roll those shoulders back. We're going back down. Nod the chin. Ragdoll down. Soften the sternum. Lift the tummy. And we're going to come into our halfway lift. Hands go to the shins. Push back into your shins. Reach your spine long. We're staying here. So now we've got a nice long spine. You can feel your sit bones reaching back behind you. Holding that halfway lift. Can we squeeze our shoulder blades back just a little bit? exhale, soften. We're gonna get moving here. Let's walk out to our first plank. Walking it out. When we get here, if you need to put a knee down, you put it down nice and square. Keep everything else alive and engaged. We're here in this plank for 5 breaths. Big breath in. Exhale, collect your abdominals and draw them up on the exhale. Big breath in. Exhale. And again. Lengthen the spine on the inhale. Exhale, find your abdominals. Draw that belly button up. 2 more breaths. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. Keep your abdominals with you, pushing into our downward dog. You might have to adjust your feet just a little bit. Nice triangular shape. Let's push down through the palms of your hands and pedal out the feet. Legs are about hip width apart. We're just finding that length in the back of the leg. Keep the core lifting. I want you to really think about the pinky side of your hand, okay? So keep the entire palm pushing down, but really emphasize your pinky finger and that outer edge of your hand. Keep pedaling here. Lengthening out the lower back. Let's take both heels up into the air. Exhale as you let them come down towards the floor. We hold them there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. Pedal back out again just for a moment. We're going to start to alternate lifting the legs up behind us. Okay? So you're going to lift a leg, exhale, inhale, put it down, exhale, lift the other one, and down. Just alternate between the 2. And down. Using the glute and hamstring. Nice solid base through the arms. Keep thinking about that outer edge of your hand. And down. Lifting a leg. The leg might turn out a little tiny bit, that's okay. And down. Awesome. All right, from here, let's all find the right leg back behind us. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, bring that leg forward. We're going to find ourselves in a lunge, coming up tall, hands to heart center. We're now in our lunge. Square off through your hips. Hang out here for a moment. Drop the shoulders down, draw in through the tummy. We're working with the front foot. You're going to lift the heel of the front foot up. And then put it down one more time. Lift it up and put it down. From here, take a big breath. We're going to stand up on that front leg, coming to a balanced position. So now I've got my right foot down, left leg is floating. We're stepping back to that lunge. 2 heel lifts. 1, 2, stand tall, balancing on your right leg. Now if that balance isn't working for you, you're just going to put the toes down in front of you. Find your lunge. 2 lifts. 1, 2, stand tall, and step back. 1, 2, pressing through that standing leg. Find that glute. And back. 1, 2, stand tall, press through the floor with your standing leg, and back. We have 2 more. 2, stand tall, and back. Last one here. 2 heel lifts. Stand tall. Put both feet down, nod the chin, and roll down. We're stepping back out to our plank. We're going to start all over again with the other side. Let's find this plank 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale deeply. Collect those abdominals. Big breath in. And exhale. Reach that energy through the heels behind you. And again, inhale. Exhale. Push the floor away. Big breath in. And exhale. 1 more. From here, adjusting into your downward dog, you may need to bring the feet in a little. We're pedaling out the feet. Notice the back of the legs are probably feeling a little warmer now, a little less stiff. Just pedal through the heels, enjoy this time. We're catching our breath, resetting for the other side. All right, let's bring both heels up here. Heels come to the floor. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just continue to pedal. And we're going to start with the left leg this time, reaching that left leg back and placing it down. We switch to the other side. Just alternating your leg lifts here. Now check in. Are your abdominals connecting underneath you? Do your shoulders feel strong? Push down through the floor. Even the fingertips are pushing down. Alternating. One more each side here. Going right leg down. And now with this left leg up in the air, take a moment, prepare, and step that foot forward. Adjust as needed, and make your way into your lunge. We're here, hands are at heart center. Whew. All right, let's drop those shoulders, draw in through the tummy, and then we go into those heel lifts. 2 heel lifts on the front side, front leg, and when you're ready, standing tall into your balance position. Squeeze the glute on the left leg, stepping back, 2 heel lifts. And stand tall. Draw in through the abdominals. Be really tall when you stand up there. 1, 2, stand tall. And step back. Let's really square off our hips here. Making sure everything is square. Shoulders are square, hips are square. Everything's looking and facing in the same direction. Stand tall. And back. Let's do 2 more. And back. Last one. Standing tall, then placing that other foot down, nod your chin. We roll down, lift the abdominals right up. Taking a moment, inhale. Exhale, step into your plank. We're finishing where we started. Big breath in. 5 breaths here. Exhale. You're strong now. Your body's awake. Big breath in. Exhale, lift the abdominals. Reach the energy right through your spine. Big breath in. Exhale. Bring your head up a little. Don't let that head drop. Big inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale, hold. Lower your knees and take a shell stretch. Great work, you guys. Our body is warmed up now. Taking an inhale, let your forehead rest on your mat. Catching our breath. You should feel lots of blood flowing through the body. From this shell stretch, we're going to round up through angry cat. Round, 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 all the way up. Coming out to our hands and knees as if we were going to do a push-up. We're not, but as if you were going to do a push-up on your knees. Take an inhale, nod your chin, push up through the floor, rounding back, back to angry cat as you return to your shell stretch. Getting a nice length through the spine. Big breath in. Exhale, come up through angry cat. Lift, lift, lift through the abdominals. Making your way out to all fours. Push-up position, and then nod the chin, push up through the floor, shoulders are rounding, mid-back reaches up to the ceiling. We're coming back to shell. And again, exhale, round it up. Make your way out to a straight spine, and then nod the chin, push up through the hands, rounding back. One more time, come up through angry cat. Let your spine unravel, long spine. And then tucking the chin and rounding back. Let your tailbone drop to the heels, finding your shell stretch. Coming out to your all fours. I'm going to put a little pad under my knees. Make sure you're protecting your knees on a hard surface. So here we are in all fours. We want to keep a nice connection with your abdominals underneath you. And let's take the left leg back so the toes are touching the floor. Okay, now you have options. You can either float your leg or leave your toes touched the way they are right now for this exercise, okay? So play with it. If it feels like it's too much, bringing the leg up, just leave those toes down. Let's lengthen our spine and lift the back of the neck a little bit. I'm going to float my left leg and then bring my right arm so that my elbow's tucked in beside me. We're going into a breaststroke arm here. So we reach the arm up, exhale, pull it to your side, bend your elbow and reach it out. Pull around. So I want you to visualize you're in water. You're not moving too fast. You're pushing through water as you draw that arm down beside your body. Bend the elbow and send it back up. So I'm reaching through the long leg. Even if those toes are touching the floor, you're going to keep reaching through that leg. We are square here. Using the entire hand of your standing arm, reaching out, pulling around. Let's do 4 more. Let's bring the head up just a little. Reach, pull. Last one, long spine here. Pull, bring the arm down, bring the leg in, and let's take a shell stretch. Let's turn the wrists, both directions. And then when you're ready, coming back out, let's take the right leg out this time. Square everything off, take an inhale and exhale as you float the leg behind you. And it's just going to stay out there reaching. Then the left arm comes in beside you. We're into that breaststroke. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull to your side. Bend the elbow and it comes around. Keep reaching through that leg behind you. You're anchored by your abdominals here. Big exhale, pull it around. Can you increase the space between your ear and your shoulder? Let's do 4 more. Keep reaching through the legs, stay square in the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hand down, bring the leg down and in. Taking your shell stretch. Nice work. Let's make our way out onto our forearms. Again with the right leg coming out behind you. Actually, no, let's switch. I lied. Let's go left leg out. Okay? So we're staying really square here. Play with your shoulder blades for a moment. Pressing up and sinking in. And just feel the difference between those two. And then find something in the middle. Somewhere where your shoulders feel really strong. We're going to lift and float this left leg out behind us. Bring the heel to the bum. Reach the leg out and tap the toes down. Exhale, up. Inhale, heel to bum. Exhale, reach that leg out. It stays nice and high. And inhale, lower. Here we go. Now your knee and your femur is going to want to turn out, externally rotated. Try to keep it nice and parallel here. Your kneecap is always facing down. And let's just check on our shoulders, making sure you still feel strong and you haven't sunk down. Let's lift the back of the neck up to the ceiling just a little. Reach and lower. Can you think about the abdominals now? Draw them in, protecting your lower back. And down. 2 more reps here. Up, pull in, reach out. Keep pushing the floor away with your palms of your hands and your forearms. Last one. Pull in, reach it out, and lower. Down. Let's come off the shoulders. Give them a moment. They should be really warm. And then let's head back out. Setting yourself up, elbows under shoulders, push your palms into the floor, and find an equal weight through both arms. The right leg goes back, lift through the tummy, and then lift the leg up. Heel to bum, reach it out, lower the toes. And you're back. Up, exhale. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reach through that leg. And down. So the leg has so much energy in it when it's up in the air. You're continuously reaching as if you're trying to make your leg longer. Checking in with the shoulders. Reach and down. Let's just check our posture, neck position. Still in line with the spine. 4 more. Heel in. Reach out. And lower. Let's recruit more abdominals. Draw up more. Connect with your belly button. Last 2. Heel in. Reach it out. Keep that energy in the leg. I know it's getting tired. Last one. Heel in. Reach out. And down. Bring the knee in. Take your shell stretch. Great work, you guys. I know the shoulders are tired. When you're ready, you're going to take, if you did put a pad under your knees, take it out and make your way all the way down to your tummy. Let your legs go a little bit wider and bring your arms out beside you like field goal arms or cactus arms. Your nose is hovering off the mat, and just wiggle your hips here. If your legs want to turn out, you're going to let them do that, okay, if it feels good. We're coming into a baby cobra here. So first, let's just point our toes a little bit and just engage your legs, squeeze your glutes, and find your abdominals. Turn on all those areas, the glutes, the tummy, the legs, and then release them. And just notice the difference, okay? So when they're working, we have tons of energy running through the bottom half of the body. Or the bottom half of your body acts as the anchor here, okay? Turn it all off. Let's take a big breath in and engage again. Find your legs, squeeze the glutes, lift the tummy. We're going to push down through the arms and let the chin float forward, looking forward now. So I've got my arms pushing down into the mat or into the floor. My rib cage is pushing down gently into the mat below me. And it's like I'm trying to show my sternum forward. Can we squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other just a little? The legs are on, the abdominals are on. Just undoing some flexion in our spine. 1 more breath here. And exhale, lower your head back down to the mat. Release all the tension out of your legs. And just maybe wiggle your hips a little bit. And then let's take a big breath in, start to turn on the legs, squeeze the glutes, abdominals connect. Then we push down through the arms into the floor, looking forward, opening the collarbones forward. Keep everything else engaged. Your arms are pushing down, your legs are reaching. 1 more breath. And down. And let's do 1 more. They just feel so good, especially in the morning. Big inhale. Engage the legs, the core, the arms, and then float the chest up, looking forward. Now keep those elbows connected into the floor. Keep pushing down, finding your underarm muscles. Can we squeeze the shoulder blades and maybe open the chest even more? Awesome, let that go. Bring your hands under your head and bring your legs a little bit more parallel. Zip the legs right up as close as you're comfortable with. We're going to take an inhale, and then when you exhale, you're going to squeeze your inner thighs and hover the legs off the mat. This is hard. It's going to be more of a hover than a lift. Okay, bring those legs up, and then let's lower them down, gently letting them come down. Big breath in. Excuse me. Exhale, hover the legs, squeeze the inner thighs. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. Okay, so we've got these legs floating, squeezing the inner thighs like crazy, and lower down. This next one, we're going to stay up. We're going to be moving the legs open and close. Keep the legs squeezing to start. Let's float them back up there. And then let's start to move them open and close. Feet can be neutral or toes pointed, whatever feels right. And it's not very big. We're just opening and closing the legs. They're hovered up. Can we add an exhale, open, inhale, close? Sometimes I get like a little quiver in my legs when I do this. So if you're having that, that's totally normal. Can we drop a little tension out of our shoulders? Think about your abdominals. Can you draw them closer to you? 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let that go. Release all the tension. And just notice how much tension there was. How much work it takes to just take the legs into that hover. When you're ready, pushing through to shell. It's going to feel really nice after that extension. Couple of deep breaths here. And then we're making our way out onto our back. So let's let the legs come out long. And just close your eyes for a second. We haven't been on our back yet this morning, so just let your arms be at your side for a moment and just do a little scan through the body. Close your eyes. Just notice all the points where your body is touching the mat. So you're going to feel your heels, the backs of your legs, your glutes, and then notice that little tiny space under your lower back where you've got your natural lumbar curve, so your lower back shouldn't be touching the floor. It's just got a little tiny space under it. Rib cage, back of the arms, back of the head. And starting to slow our breath down just a little. Can you extend your exhales here all the way to the end of your breath? Deeply inhale to the top of your lungs. And then exhale it all out like you're pushing the air down through your torso, down your legs, and out the soles of your feet. Hands come behind the head. Clasp your hands behind your head, opening the elbows. We're going to gently nod the chin and flex up to look at our toes. Inhale, lowering down. Now you can engage in your legs a little bit here and point your toes up to the ceiling. Gentle nod of the chin. Exhale, flex up. Inhale, down. So this is a tiny movement. The lower back is not impacted by this move. It's going to stay exactly the same. It's just the upper spine that's flexing. And down. Can you think about your inner thighs a little bit here? Connecting the legs to each other. Keeping the legs nice and parallel. We're going to add on here. Take a breath in. As you flex up, the right leg is going to come to tabletop. Then the leg reaches, the head comes down. And we switch to the other side. So we're still trying to keep that neutral pelvis. As we move through this motion, our elbows stay wide. And think of this as just a tiny little sit-up. We're not trying to come up too high. It's more about mobilizing the upper back than anything. And we're using our abdominals to stay neutral in this motion. Big exhale as you flex. Inhale as you go back. One more each side. Awesome. Now staying as neutral as you can, head is down. We're going to come to both legs in tabletop. Now if you have to rock into an imprint, totally fine, doesn't matter. Let's try to stay neutral just for a challenge. So we're going to bring our legs to tabletop but not imprint immediately. Okay, now if you can't do that, that's totally fine. Just go to imprint. All good. All right, from here we're flexing up. Now we are in more of a crunch. We're flexing up to look at the knees. We're lowering down. Exhale up. The legs just stay engaged and still. Flex up. Think about drawing your armpits towards your hips. And can we drop our belly button down just a little? Now if you're still relatively neutral, that's great. But if you've got into imprint, that's fine too, okay? We're gonna stay up on this next flexion. Stay up, we're still looking at the knees, keep your eyes on your thighs. Lower an inch. Exhale, flex up an inch. Lower an inch, and up. This is so small. Less is more here. Flexing up. Back an inch, up an inch. 4 more. 4, 3, make sure you're breathing. 2, and last one. Put your head down, check your pelvis position, and then lowering the legs down to the mat. Let's do a big stretch. Let your rib cage pop. Notice some warmth in your upper abdominals. Whew. And now we are going to imprint. Let's bring the arms out wide. So your palms are facing up, arms are out wide, and then when you're ready, you're going to imprint. Close up that space between your lower back and the mat, and bring your legs up to tabletop. We're going to hook our ankles together here. Doesn't matter which one is on top because we're going to switch them eventually. We're going to start to circle the knees, nice and small to start. Inhale over, exhale coming through. So we pull them gently towards the chest, then they go off to the side and away from us just a little. Start small. Sometimes I visualize I've got pencils at the tips of my knees and I'm drawing circles on the ceiling. Staying nice and imprinted, just continuously going in the same direction with your circle. Big, long, deep breaths here. Should be noticing your lower abdominals. Draw those knees to your chest as they come past. Then they go out and away. Let's do 2 more this direction. Slow it right down and control it. Stay imprinted. Last one here. Pause. And let's switch the legs. So unhook and rehook. And then we're going to go the other way. Push your arms into the floor, creating a nice solid anchor in the bottom. And then circle the opposite way. Find a nice breathing pattern. Inhale over, long exhales as you circle through. I have a nice stretch for our hip flexors coming up. I know you're feeling them. We're gonna undo some of this flexion in just a second. Let's do 3 more circles. Take it slow, breathe it out. Last one. Letting that go, let's place our feet on the floor, come out of your imprint, and then bring your legs into butterfly, feet together, thighs apart. And we're going to take our hands, plant them at the very top of your thigh, so right where your thigh meets your pelvis, and then push in and just massage that area right in the hip flexor zone. You can just push in like you're trying to push your thighs away from you and give your hip flexors a little bit of attention. Awesome. All right, let's bring the legs back together and turn to your side, coming up to our high knees. So I'm going to throw that pad back under my knees because my knees don't like to be on hard surfaces, but just make sure you're protecting your knees. We're going to grab our hand weights if you have them. And just coming up in those tall knees, you're going to just find a balance between the front and the back. So engage your glutes, really squeeze them, pull in through the tummy. So you're working on both sides of the body, okay? We've got these weights. We're going to push our weights out in front of us. Palms are facing in, okay? All right. From here, we're alternating, pulling back with a row, press out. Pull in, squeeze that shoulder, and pull up, push out. Pull in, push out. Okay, now, the hips are staying relatively still here. Keep your glutes turned on. Think about drawing your inner thighs towards each other in this position. In and out. We're going to add on and add a little rotation into the mix, okay? So we're going to pull that arm back, look over our shoulder, and then push it back out. Pull it in, rotate. So we start to get into that bit of a bow and arrow. The hips stay really solid. We don't want to let those hips turn with us. This is all about your thoracic spine. Your eyes follow your elbow. Pull it back and reach it out. Big exhale as you turn. Nice work. Stay tall here. Can you squeeze those glutes a little more? And reach. Pull. Back of the shoulder moving. Let's do one more each side. And the other side. Bringing it out. Pull the both arms in beside you. Bring those elbows to tuck right in beside your body and create a W shape. My palms are facing forward. We're coming up into a Y. Press out to your Y shape. Pull into your W. Out to the Y. And in. So you're in control both ways. You're really pulling your elbows to your side as you come in, and you're pushing the arms out to that Y shape as you push out. Can we now recruit more abdominals and squeeze more glutes? Make your anchor really solid here. Exhale out, inhale, pull in. Pull in. Again, like we're pushing through water, especially as you draw those elbows into your side. There's always another millimeter that you can get. Pull in. Reach out. Reach out. Pull in. Let's do 3 more. Out. Pull it in. Check your abdominals, check your glutes. Last one. Pull it in. We're going to take ourselves into a slight hinge. Send your sit bones back. Keep your elbows close. And we're into our triceps. Press it back and pull it in. Now we really need those abdominals on here. Support your lower back. Let's all bring our head in line with spine. Push it back. Nice work, you guys look great. Long spines here. Awesome work. Let's hold both arms long. Reach your knuckles way past your hips. Keep them long. Lift your abdominals. Tiny pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep squeezing those shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Stand tall. Shaking it off. We're going to lose the weights. Oh, actually, no, we're not. We're not. We're keeping them. Keep them with you. We're going to come to standing. Losing that pad if you've got one under your knees. I forgot. They're coming with us. Okay, they're going to come right in front of our chest. Glue your weights together. And we're coming in to sort of a narrow squat. Okay, so this is what it looks like from the side. My spine is long. We're going to be coming into our narrow squat. Stand tall, step out, wide squat. Stand tall, pull in, narrow. Up, step out, wide. Up and in. Narrow. Let's put the weight into our heels. Keep our chest lifting. Narrow, stand tall. Nice work. Nothing like a little thigh burn to finish. Great work, you guys. We just have a few more here. Nice and controlled, keep your chest proud. All right, meet me in a narrow stance. We're coming down into our squat. We're holding, this is our stance, okay? We're here, we're gonna stay low. Start to alternate lifting a heel. So side to side, we're lifting our heels, keeping our core lifted here. These weights are gonna try to pull you forward and you're just gonna resist by being strong in the center, keeping your spine long. Nice big deep breaths. Can you bring your abdominals up a little more? Support your back here. And let's pause. We're pulsing here, tiny pulses through the legs. Things are gonna get warm here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's stand tall for a moment. We're coming back down to that halfway mark. Holding, getting warm again. Come up an inch. Down an inch. Up an inch. Can you pick up your toes, making sure your weight is in your heels? Up an inch. Down an inch. Up and down. We have 4 more. Up an inch, down an inch, up and down. 2 more. You've got this. Check in with your posture. Last one. Up an inch, down an inch. You guys are going to hate me. 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand tall. Woo. Let your weights go off to the side. I'm going to cool us down. Coming to the end of your mat. Nice job, you guys. Let's just forward fold. Take your time going down. Notice your lower back. And let's just hang out here, grabbing onto your elbows. Very gently swaying side to side. Keeping the chin released off of the chest. And let's come through center. Take a big breath in and exhale, taking your time, coming through the legs. My legs are quivering, coming up to standing and rolling the shoulders. Let's step the right foot forward, finding our lunged position. We're not going to do anything too extreme. We're stretching now. So find a nice lunge. Stay really tall. Find length in the back of the back leg and the front of the back hip. And then let's come up into a big side bend. So we're stretching the front of your back hip here and your side body. Stay tall. And letting that arm come down, let's step forward and then bringing the right leg back. Stay square in your hips. If your heel is off on the back, that's totally fine. Just find a stance that works for you, opening the front of the hip and then over into your side bend. One more big breath there. Stepping forward. Let's find a quad stretch. If you have something to hang on to, like a chair or the wall, do that. If not, you might have to work a little harder just to balance. We're just finding our quad. Stay tall here, and if you can, inch your knee back behind you just a little tiny bit. We worked those quads today. Try to keep your body nice and lined up. Ribs are over hips. Shoulders are over ribs. And just breathing into your quad. Try to keep the knees nice and close to each other. Awesome. And let that go. Switching sides. Awesome. Squeeze the shoulder blade back as you stretch. And then we're going to just finish with a wide stance. So bringing your feet nice and wide. They can be turned out a little tiny bit, but don't turn them way out, okay? We're going to nod our chin, come into a forward fold here, and stretch our hamstrings. So let your head look release through the neck. You're looking through your legs here. Keep a micro bend in your knees. Send your sit bones up to the ceiling and just be sure to stay connected with your tummy a little bit here so that your lower back is supported. Let's bend our knees a little and extend the legs, finding the back of the leg. And again, bend and extend. Being gentle with your knees. Last one, bend and extend. And then put a bend back into the knees. And let's very, 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 very slowly ragdoll back to standing. Just take your time, push through your feet, lift through the abdominals, stay round. Stay round as long as you can until your head and shoulders stack. Roll your shoulders, step your feet back together, and you guys are all finished. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a great workout. Have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye.